Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm Taylor Gonzalez, and my guest today is an incredibly talented composer who has scored some of my favorite short films, including Rancid, ChatGPT, Sheepskin, and the upcoming feature Encore. I'm so excited to welcome Josh Santos. Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, Taylor, thank you so much for having me today. And it's been cool seeing all the other interviews. So happy to be a part of the bunch.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I had to reach out to you and get you on because I just love all the music that I've been hearing throughout all the short films as I've been doing all the other interviews. So it's nice to finally get to meet you and get to talk with you about your incredible music.
Oh, that means the world to me. Thank you.
Before we get into your music, actually, I wanted to know when and how did you know that you wanted to become a composer?
This is very interesting. So my background, the Coles notes, is I started very young, learning piano from a young age. And, composing wasn't on my number one list at all. And in fact, through high school, I had wanted to be a hip hop producer. So it was like, I want to produce for Drake. That was the goal kind of to shoot for. And then, yeah, through my university degree, I kind of was just working on different projects, trying to bring that out of the ground. And then it was 2023 where I started to look at, what is this whole film scoring thing about? I was interested in film, and Vancouver here is a very big film city. And so I thought, why not take all the skills that I've been building through the year and apply it to film? And so I started in 2024, and then it just sort of made its way. But really, kind of after making maybe just a decision out of the blue, it has really developed into something that I really am passionate about. So it's cool to be ending up here and working on film.
Oh, that is awesome. Who are some of your favorite composers?
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I would say right now there's this my kind of like inspiration is definitely composers that love to combine genres together. Like I for one love hybrid scoring, which is combining orchestra with like digital and electronic elements. And so people like Daniel Pemberton, who did the Into
Oh,
the Spider-Verse stuff,
yeah.
very, very cool. Of course, Ludwig Göransson, an amazing composer, just has done the biggest stuff and really inspiring. And as of recent, Labyrinth, I've been liking, of course, the Euphoria score is just so iconic, and the stuff that he's doing has this like flavor to it that is really unique. And yeah, chasing that unique sound in a movie is really important and something I'm trying to strive toward really in what I'm doing.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, those are some of my favorites as well. I also, who else do I listen to? John Williams, of course. I know that's like the basic
Oh yeah.
answer that everyone falls back on, but I love
Mhm.
John Williams so much. I listen to the Star Wars scores like almost every single day, like while I'm cleaning or while I'm driving. I don't know. I listen to them every day. And my boyfriend and I got to see John Williams conduct at the Hollywood Bowl a few years ago, and it was like one of the craziest experiences ever. Everyone had like lightsabers, and it was nighttime, so it was cool. They were like waving them in the air as he was conducting. It was such a cool experience.
That's cool. I wish I could see him live. I want to like go down and watch one of the concerts one of these days. It's like definitely got to go down.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Hollywood Bowl?
No, I haven't. I've only been to LA a couple times, but I haven't been there for like a concert of any sort. So, yeah, next time I'm down there, got to book a ticket to something.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a lot of really cool like live to film concerts throughout the summer. Like they'll play like for example Jurassic Park and then they'll have the orchestra in the front play while you watch the movie. So stuff like that's
Oh,
really awesome.
sweet. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and we can't forget Danny Elfman. I think Danny Elfman's like right
Yep.
up there with me for John Williams. So those two incredible.
Definitely, definitely. I just had gotten a reference for another project and it was some Danny Elfman stuff and it's like, oh yeah, okay. When you get the references for the greats, it's like, what can I do to get to even a percentage of what they're doing, the genius of them.
No, I agree. It's daunting, but it's cool that you're like referencing them as well. So I know you play drums and the piano, but what other instruments do you play?
Yeah, I would say that I'm always just been super exploratory. Piano is my bread and butter instrument, and drums, of course. My drum set's just over here to the left of me, and it's been fun playing it. I've been getting into a couple other stuff. Guitar has been something I've been learning lately, and I've been doing a couple of like woodwind instruments. I want to like maybe pick up a clarinet or something. There was I believe it's Colin Stetson is the name. He plays a lot of like saxophone,
Oh,
and his stuff is really cool. And I've been hoping to like get some inspiration. But yeah, I've been, as a producer, when I started out doing hip hop stuff, it's a lot of in the box, which means like plugins, you're using digital emulations of instruments. And now that I've been doing this a lot more, the idea of using real instruments and live recording as the budget increases is
mhm.
always something that I'm like, oh, I didn't know I could actually record some of this stuff and get this cool instrument or make a nod to a specific style, and that's been something I'm really passionate about. I always want to get more into that. So hopefully I'll get to add more instruments to the list.
Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, I have a guitar because I was actually named after the musician James Taylor. So I have like his old
Cool.
guitar that he used to play and he signed it and it's like just chilling. I need
No
to figure
way.
out a way to like mount it and display it because it's just like sitting in the corner collecting dust, but it's such a cool thing to have in our, I don't know, in our place.
I bet it sounds amazing too.
Oh my God, I tried playing it. I don't know. I need a lot of help learning how to play. I just don't
Well,
have
we'll
I don't have that talent.
yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so I first noticed your music when I was watching Rancid, and I was like, "Oh, this score is really good." I think even in my interview with Alex, I mentioned like how much I love the score. And then when I was getting ready to interview Mark and I was watching ChatGPT, I was like, "Oh, I really like this score." And then I looked and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's Josh. He's doing all these things. Everything sounds so different, but it sounds so great." And so far, everyone that I've interviewed has had such wonderful things to say about working with you and collaborating with you. What is the collaboration process when you're working with a director and coming up with the tone for what the project's going to sound like?
Yeah, oh, it's been really cool. Yeah, I want to talk about that, but beforehand, like I'll give you a little bit of context of how I actually met Hudson and the rest of the gang. Like it's sort of the exclusive look and a bit of extra lore to everything, but yeah, I started in 2024 and I didn't know anyone. Like I was born and raised here in the city, but I hadn't really made any connections. Film was a new thing to me, and I remember like I'm just gonna go to this event. We had a film event called the Run and Gun, which is a 48-hour filmmaking competition. You have 2 days to make a film. So a lot of the indie folks come and meet each other and stuff like that. So I walk into the front door and there's a nice fellow. He's sitting there at the front and I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to introduce myself, awkwardly come up and make a handshake or something. And he's like, hey man, like my name's Hudson. I was like, oh, no, okay, cool. Nice to meet you. Fast forward 2 years and look what's happened. But I told him I was into hip hop and I loved electronic production. And he's like, let me introduce you to someone. I think I know someone who loves this sort of stuff. He's a great editor, by the way. And then lo and behold, that was the first night where I got to meet Ethan as well. And we ended up working on Sheepskin. So it was like Sheepskin first, and then Hudson, of course, had worked on Rancid with Alex, and then he introduced me to Mark, I believe, as well. So I've got him to thank for a lot of those early connections and actually bringing a lot of these early films sort of to the forefront. So that collaborative process has been nice when we're all friends to begin with, and it definitely makes things really easy. But it's always fun. It's cool to pick people's brains on like what is your vision for score, because at the end of the day, like what's different as a composer than an artist is really I'm serving a picture, and so it's a lot of dialogue. Like, yeah, what music excites you? What things are you really passionate about? What's on your playlist as of late? And so we had brought these ideas together and I sort of make these demos, and after we settle on something that we like, then it's off to the races and we put it to the picture and see what happens.
Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, I have loved getting to speak with everybody, and the Run and Gun festival sounds like so much fun. Like I want to try that out so bad. It just sounds like such a great time.
It's great. Yeah, like if you're an up and coming filmmaker, like in your local city, at least in Vancouver they have it, but there are definitely these sorts of like make a film in X amount of days, like 2 or 3 days, that sort of thing. Great way to meet people. I still do it because you just get to meet a bunch of people, and when you work on a project together, and you have that familiarity, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember I worked with so and so on this, or oh, let's collaborate again on something a little bigger. So it's just fun. It's crazy, but it's a lot of fun.
Mhm. Have you collaborated with Zach yet? Zach Vonzovs?
I have, yeah. So I think there have been mentions of this in a bit piece, but Hudson and Zach have been working on something, so we're developing that. And also, Zach had done a little bit of acting in a couple of other shorts that I can't talk about yet, but there are other projects that Hudson is in as well. And so, yeah, I expect to see those soon. And yeah, it's been cool. I haven't really got a chance to have all of us meet in person yet, but the time will come. And, everyone's just like just a couple of minutes away in the city here. So,
Oh, that's cool. Lots to look forward to.
mm.
One of the
Yeah.
things to look forward to, I think we could talk about it a little bit, is Encore. I believe there's a trailer
Mm.
out and some footage of it. Without giving too much away, what can you tell me about Encore and the score for that one?
Yeah, yeah. I will say that like do look out for Encore. I don't want to jinx anything, but there's just been like it's the perfect storm of what's really happened. Like Encore started off, it was me and Aryan. We had talked about this the producer and sort of director. We had talked about this project for a long while, probably just when I had started 2 years ago, and initially it was going to be this 10-minute short, like just a concept idea. And what had happened is, again, as we developed it and as they shot it, they said, why don't we just take it the whole way and make this a bigger project? And so I think Aryan had brought on a bigger crew. And it's been sort of cool seeing everyone in the indie space here in Vancouver have some attachment to it. Like if you look on IMDb, the crew list is long and it's a really big crew, which is cool. It's everyone coming together. And of course, with everything that, and Hudson's success, Heyyy rivalry and all, it's just put a big spotlight. And on top of this, we see Backrooms and we see Obsession just going crazy right now. So this sort of perfect storm with indie film productions coming forefront. I think there's a lot to look forward to. On the score side, I am super excited. There is a lot of things to come with it, but we hope to really bring something that people are going to enjoy. And yeah, let's see what happens with it.
Ooh, very, very cool. I'm so glad you brought up Obsession. Um, I am like geeking out over how crazy the box office for it has been because I saw it, I think I saw it a couple days before it came out, and I was like, man, this is like a really unique film. I loved it so much. I thought it was really cool. They filmed it a lot around where I live, in Burbank, and so it's cool to like see, oh, I know where that place is. I know where that place is.
Yep.
Week one, it did great, right? But then week two, it jumped up. I think it was like 39 or 40%. And then this past weekend for what is that, second week, third week, it went up another 10%. And that's like unheard of that it just keeps going up and up. And it's just an independent, really small film made for less than $1 million and it's made back its budget almost 100 times at this point.
It's wild. And yeah, like you said, the sort of second week and third week, you never see those stories happening. And it's like, and yeah, just to see it, it's so well deserved. But you have people being excited about these creative stories and maybe things that aren't their typical formula of what, like, your movie would look like. And so,
Yeah.
hey, you see the new formats and people really pushing the needle. It's exciting. And it's like to see stuff like that it's inspiring for everyone at home here and we're making stuff. It's like, yeah, like this is possible. Like you can make something like this and have people really dig it. It's cool to see.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Backrooms also. I didn't really know too much about it going in, but I loved it. And the score for that one, have you seen Backrooms yet?
It's on Backrooms is on my watch list. Like I'm going within the month here, just like check it out and stuff. The trailer looked amazing though, and I've known bits and pieces. I had a friend who did VFX work for it too. So yeah, there's like it's cool and it's amazing to see again someone like Kane just like pop off like that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I know it's crazy. It's all these YouTubers. It's so cool to see, and they're young. That's the cool thing is like they're 20, 26. I think is the director for Obsession, and 20 is the age for Backrooms director. It's just crazy to see, yeah, younger and coming up from YouTube. It's like really inspiring and really cool to see.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And it's like, yeah, I hope that it's a trend that continues for the next bit. I really hope that, hopefully it doesn't just stop at Backrooms and Obsession, like that it keeps going and people are still invested in these kinds of stories.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. So I would say, let's see, ChatGPT is like a comedy, right? And then you have Rancid, which is a drama. Is there a genre of film you haven't tried scoring yet that you would like to try eventually?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I always think about that in terms of genres. What's cool is you get to do like a wide range of stuff. Like, yeah, ChatGPT is that mockumentary, kind of lighthearted music. Rancid is very drama, and there's like just a lot of darkness that you have to convey. I think for me, I would love to attack some of the weaker points in my sort of arsenal of stuff. I would love to do kind of more country kind of stuff, maybe like a western sort of film. Because yeah, guitar is something that I'm learning, and so seeing this stuff, like I look to Ludwig Göransson's Sinners as an example of like is some of this stuff and the way that he's using the guitars, and it's just like this texture that is you can tell it's really done with intentionality. And yeah, I don't know if I could attack something like that. Like, how would I piece it together? So it would be a nice challenge to try. Yeah, but I would say that for the next roster of films, that I am loving this sort of, coming back to my hip hop roots. I love a good 808 and hi-hat sort of rhythmic type of groove. And so I hope there's more films that kind of do the Into the Spider-Verse type of thing, because I love that sound. And anytime I get a request like that, like kind of in Ethan Sheepskin, that you'll hear at some point, it has this rhythmic thing that I love. It's a strength of mine, and it's fun to work on.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Other than the composers that we mentioned earlier, what other artists and musicians are you listening to right now?
Ooh, yeah, there are a lot. I'd say my music like leanings is definitely towards like some R&B and some kind of this like it's a mix of R&B hip hop. I have a bit of a jazz background as well in my studies, and so I'm always like interested in hearing like a unique chord progression. Maybe, outside of your traditional four pop chords, if there's always like a cool little riff or something, it's like, oh, my ear catches onto that stuff. So like, yeah, lately Willow's been really cool, just like her approach to breaking down songs, and it's just like the palette sounds super unique. But loving that a lot. Labyrinth, as I mentioned, just doing some really cool stuff. And one other thing too is I do like to give like nods to what's popular. I think it's my inner producer in me. I'm always scanning the billboard to see like what's trendy, what's that sound that's cool. And so Drake's Iceman has been on repeat, just sort of like, yeah, loving some of the songs, and also like an analysis. I'm kind of like saying, what is popular? What makes people really like that song? What are the pieces of that? So definitely the kind of the analysis part of my brain likes to kind of mess around with that.
Mhm. Oh, very nice, very nice. Before we go, I wanted to ask, what is your favorite thing about being a composer?
Mm, yeah, you know, I think a favorite thing for me is this walks it back to when I was doing my production days with artists, and what I loved about working on a one-to-one and even now with a director is just like seeing the passion in people, and just seeing like them get to talk about what really makes them get out of bed in the morning. And with artists I had found this sort of like, yeah, they talk about music, it's like I want to build this thing and bring it together. What I like more so about directors is it's like take that vision and it's like really expanded through, a 90-minute feature or this like story. And so, we always talk about what do we want to accomplish with this film, and what do we want audiences to leave with, and getting just a hand to be a part of it. I'm just inspired by, you know, Ethan and Mark and Alex and Hudson bringing together their vision of a story. And yeah, number one, they have to juggle all the administrative hats, and just seeing them do their magic on that. And more so just being a part and bringing that to the forefront, and kind of just, yeah, I'm almost an audience member right alongside everyone else, and just seeing them work. And then it's just like, what's my response to that? That's sort of what the music ends up being. So it's getting the passion from other directors, especially just right now and in this stage of my career. Getting inspired by people really, yeah, makes me want to expand and make my craft as good as it can be. So yeah, that drives me to score every day.
Oh, that is awesome. Josh, I could literally sit here all day and talk about music with you. I really appreciate your time. In the meantime, where's a good place for people to follow you and keep up with all of your upcoming projects?
Yeah, yeah, totally. I would love to shout out Encore. So Instagram is the best place. You can find me at Josh Santos Music. So that would be the place to keep up on all the little projects coming out soon. Yeah, and I'll shout out Encore, which is coming up. That's at Encore MOV, so Encore movie. And yeah, with those, I think that'll be a good start. But definitely just like yeah, keep your ears and eyes open for the next ones. They'll be coming out soon.
Yeah, I know you're very busy right now, so I can't wait to see and hear what you do next. Thank you again so much for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, thanks for having me, and it's been great talking with you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. Bye.